husband treated me like trash, so I gave him the sweetest revenge by sending him to heaven. I met my husband at the market when I was helping my mother to sell male trousers. When my husband came, he was very jovial, he was nice, he was funny. His smile could brighten anyone's mood. Note, he was very handsome. He was telling my mommy jokingly that he wants to marry me, and I was 18. My mother told him no, that I'm still a child, that she doesn't want any of her customers to come and spoil my life. This guy kept coming. He was persistent. He was from an okay family. He's pretty much average. So after much persuasion, my mom accepted. We got married though. Few months into the marriage, I became pregnant, which I lost. That was my first miscarriage in his house. I got pregnant not too long after, and I miscarried again. That was how I was miscarrying. Before I knew it, 4 years without any child. If you've gotten this far with me, do well to subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell notification so anytime I post a video, you'll be the first to get notified, and give this video a like, a thumbs up for me. So let's continue. But pure miscarriages. My husband started bringing different women to the house. He was disrespecting me in my face. He would bring them to the house and he would tell me to keep quiet, lie down and shut up. He married me as a virgin, so I did not know much. I called my mom. I would cry to her and she would just tell me, calm down, marriage happens like this sometimes. You are going to get over it. And that's how it kept going. It did not get better anymore. My husband brought these women to the house. He would tell me to serve them. I would serve food, drinks, and he would tell these women that, oh, I'm just his sister. They don't have to worry about me, because they always ask him who I was to him. My husband would bring these women to our matrimonial bed and sleep with them on our matrimonial bed while telling me to sleep on the floor. I died so many times in the marriage. I would go from church to church because they kept telling me, pray for your husband. I would pray and fast. I would just keep wishing that this man was going to change and finally treat me like a human being, like the wife that he married. Remember, this man married me as a virgin, hoping he was going to pamper me. But one particular day, I got pregnant for this man again. Yes, I thought this would finally change something, but no. Anytime my husband tells me he wants to have sex and I'm not in the mood, he will add to my suffering. He would beat the hell out of me. I started to think of ways to get a revenge on my husband. I couldn't beat him. I couldn't talk back at him. I cannot leave the house. What can I do? I started thinking of a silent revenge that I can give to my husband that would give me so much satisfaction while I would be looking at him, smiling while I'm dealing with him. So I found it. Honestly, I was so angry at my husband that I wanted to see him kneel down, crying, begging me. So I stopped nagging, I stopped complaining, I stopped crying, asking him why he was bringing different women to the house, because I found out the perfect revenge for him. I was so angry at this man that I don't know, a spirit entered me and whispered into my head. He told me that I should use my husband's toothbrush to wash the toilet, and that was the day I started his toothbrush therapy. I started using his toothbrush to do this. He would come back home morning and evening and he would use the same toothbrush to brush his teeth after I had already used it to brush the toilet. And he would look at me. I'll be smiling, this smile of satisfaction. He would wonder what was going on with me, because I'm not nagging, I'm not crying, I'm not fighting anymore, just smiling. But he did not know what I was doing to him. My plan was going exactly the way I wanted it. This kept going on over and over until one particular day. They called me and told me my husband had slammed in the office. Immediately they called me that my husband was already at the hospital. He was admitted. I packed his toothbrush, toothpaste and whatever he needed, and I asked the doctor what was wrong with my husband. The doctor said he had never seen something like this before, that my husband's blood is badly affected and his lungs are highly infected. I never pitied him. My heart was so strong. I was like, yes, I had to finish what I started. So I would go to my husband's hospital ward. I would take care of him. I would bring out the toothbrush, help him brush his teeth, while holding his hand. And this man would look at me like, I didn't know you could stand by me after everything I had done to you. And I would look at him and say, don't worry, my baby, it's going to be okay, because it's really going to be okay. Because I became the devil I never thought I could be. Lest I forget, while all this was going on, the maltreatment, he bringing women to the house, I got pregnant and I gave birth to a son. But my husband turned me into a single mother while married to him. At first, I thought the problem was we not having children, or the fact that I had not bettered the child. Now I have bettered the child, but his maltreatment did not stop. So I was taking care of this man in the hospital, giving him his toothbrush therapy. He would look at me, apologize while I was smiling deep inside me, my heart. One particular day, I went to see the doctor in his office and I asked about the update of my husband. And the doctor said my husband only has few months to live. And I left the doctor's office with a big smile in my heart. I went to my husband's ward and I told him, doctor said you need to brush your teeth and eat your food. I brushed his teeth and gave him his food. We ended up staying a total of 2 months at the hospital, and within these 2 months, they were always changing his blood every 2 weeks because of how bad the blood was. I didn't care because I had become the opposite of who I used to be. And note, my husband spent his entire savings trying to save his life at the hospital. While this was going on, this man never stopped apologizing. He would look at me with amazement. He said he never knew I was going to come through for him because he knew how bad he treated me. And after the 2 months at the hospital, my husband got discharged. I was taking care of him, but I did not stop the toothbrush therapy. One particular day, my husband couldn't wake up anymore. He was gone. That man, he died. I didn't cry, I didn't shout, I didn't call for help. What I did was I went to pick the cane my husband bought. He bought a cane while he was still maltreating me. He used to cane me. I picked up the cane, turned my husband around, and flogged living day out of his dead body. I flogged his back so much, I flogged him to my satisfaction. And guess what? The moment I flogged my husband finished, to my satisfaction, my anger left. The entire grudge that held in my heart for him, everything vanished, and that was the moment I was able to carry myself together and call people that my husband was gone. People came all over. They surrounded the house. They took this man's corpse into the morgue, and that was the time my eyes finally opened that I just unalived this man. Remember that I told you that there was a time I was so angry that I did not know what came all over me. That's something whispered to me, and I felt like doing this thing to him. Because tell me why I finally realized that this man had passed before everything in me came down. I started to regret my actions, but there was nothing I could do about it. After I laid to rest, my mother-in-law blessed me. She apologized for everything the son had done to me. So she would let her second son take me in as his wife. And actually, that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because this man loves, respects, and cherishes me. He's everything his older brother was not. His entire life, he has shown me so much love. I can't even comprehend. He took in my son as his, and I gave him 3 beautiful daughters. For you to know that this thing happened between my previous husband and I have a long time ago. We were happily married. Happily living together. But sometimes I tend to regret my actions, and it just reminds me that marrying a bad person can ruin your life. This man turned me into a demon, and I have carried on this secret for years, and I just found that sharing it right now, I'm going to feel some relief, and I have peace, even though I am already having some peace. And I want all the women out there to learn and be very watchful of the kind of man that they marry, and they should never be afraid to walk away, and do not think about you being innocent or naive. It's exactly what's going to keep a man. You need to get ready to fight if it needs to be fought for.